I found another Secrets in Melon playground. This is simply incredible. Hello, dear friends. You are on the Melonfonk channel. In this video, we with you will discuss another secrets of the new update, 33.0 in Melon Playground. Subscribe to my channel, put a like and write a cool comment. I ask you very much. If you do this, it will be insanely pleasant for me. Well, I will not drag your time anymore. Pleasant viewing. Update 33.0 gave us a huge number of various Easter eggs, myths, and so on. Today, I prepared another portion of secrets from our subscribers, among others, and they really can surprise you. Well, and the first fact will be from our subscriber. Please like so that Melonfonk notices, and I noticed. Check the bug, please. If take Melon, potion of acid and regrowth of limbs, turn on slow motion and hit the potions against each other, then Melon will be under X-ray. Let's try to do this. We spam our NPC, then a little slowdown time. After we do this, we take the potion of acid and the potion of regrowth of limbs. We explode them and look. That yes, the X-ray appears. However, it needs even slower time. Let's slow down a little more to examine this effect much better. And so we look that this effect lasts much longer, and this really works. The fact is really working. If you do not believe, then check it yourselves. Quite interesting, it turned out. Let's move on to the next fact. But the next fact will simply blow your head. There is a single interesting fact. Earlier, if put a can of tomatoes into the nano-assembler, then the can simply disappeared or cracked. And now, I do not remember from which update, but this works like with all other fruits. If anything, this began to work from update 33.0. That is, we will get a tomato. It can be mixed with other fruits, with fruits of other NPCs and so on. In the same way, this tomato will look very strange if make it a cyborg and break the can. And here is an addition to this comment that I wanted to insert, and then throw the spell of resurrection, not regeneration, then the can will be empty. Let's try to do this. I will tell you a remark right away that this works. Very cool that the developers now gave us the possibility to put the can of tomato into the nano-assembler, and from it really began to appear an NPC, which is very cool, which you see right now with your own eyes. But let's still mix first of all the tomato and the chip. We put all this into the nano-assembler and we get at first glance the most ordinary NPC. But let's not deceive ourselves. We know that this works a little differently. We take simply poison and dissolve on our tomato, and here we already get a cyborg. But the most interesting, he is the most ordinary, which in general is not remarkable at all. So let's just take him and restore him. And when we do this, the most important can be noted that the can really becomes empty. And this really works. This can even look strange if you break the can. In general, all this comment is insanely cool and very cool that my subscribers notice this. I myself would never in life have found it. The fact is absolutely working. If you do not trust me, then again, do this yourselves. Well, and let's move on to the next fact. As you already know, from the can of tomato, we can get the NPC tomato. But also we can get really a very rare character, which drops with a very small chance. All attention, guys, on the screen. For this, we will need to mix NPCs. And in the nano-assembler, the can of tomato must lie with the majority. It will turn out for you most likely not from the first time. But, well, for me it turned out maybe from the third, fourth, maybe even fifth time. I already even stopped counting, and I got a very interesting NPC, seemingly the most ordinary funny one. But at the same time, he has, as if behind his head, eyes of tomato. It looks incredibly strange, but this is really a new secret character. Try this yourselves if you do not believe me. But it looks simply incredibly strange. But it works, and works without any problems. What do you think about this? Write in the comments, by the way, if you did not know about this, and I give 100% that you did not know about this, then please right now, put a like, write a cool comment, and also subscribe to my channel. It is not difficult for you. It will be really very pleasant for me, because I really try very much in creating content. Believe me, finding all sorts of various facts and myths, this is not such a simple task. What do you think about this? Write in the comments. Well, and let's move on to the next fact. I found a bug with the texture. If make the tomato robot and spin in the water, then he will have a little remaining texture of the can. Let's try to do this. But in my opinion, I already checked this and this really works. Thank you very much for the comments. So what we do, the tomato Terminator, he really turned out for us, then we spin him in the water and you just look at this result. We got a rather strange texture of the tomato, as if the head remained in the can. but at the same time the can somehow bugged and very cool bugged. If developers you watch this video, in no case remove this, because it turned out simply very cool. And if this is a bug, then the bug is cool. Well, and if this is a feature, then you are simply madmen. You really put a huge number of different Easter eggs, which really work cool. Thank you very much for leaving such a cool comment. The fact is really working, and check it if you did not know about this. Well, let's move on to the next fact. I found a bug. If put on pause and take the knife, this ability, and put Melon on pause and destroy Melon so that he disappears. And with them with pause, there will be blood. In my opinion, I already, by the way, sometime checked this and this really can work. But let's just check this once more and look at this interesting effect. We take our NPCs. In general, strange that on pause we can cut them. But this, by the way, also works. And when you cut them, then the texture accordingly also changes, and our NPCs during cutting also appear as if blood. But not the point, we just grind them. If anything, they can be completely ground. But this is not important, this still will work. We just grind them and then remove the pause from the game, and you pay your attention right now to your screens. Appears simply phenomenally much blood, which in general as if does not correspond to those pieces which are now on the map. This bug absolutely working. Maybe not so interesting. However, it really works, and even if we completely grind our textures, then blood still will appear. So this works without any problems. You can check yourselves if you do not trust me and do not trust the commentator. Thank you very much for the cool comment. Well, and let's move on to the next fact. I think that many of you know that it is possible to create a cake with the help of the nano assembler. I mean, the NPC cake. But of course, the fact is not in this, but let me just show that this really works, and really, it is possible to create a new NPC cake. For this, we take simply the cake as an item, put it into the nano assembler, and really we get a new NPC. But again, the fact is not in this, we can get a cyborg cake. Yes, this also works. For this, we simply put into the nano assembler a chip and the cake. All we got the cyborg cake. This really also works. But this is not yet all the Easter egg, although I think that even now I surprised you. If mix the cyborg cake in water, then we again get a new interesting texture. I do not know, most likely this is all bugs, but the bugs work very cool. All attention right now, look at your screens. He as if has no candles, but as if they are there. That is the cap, really, and the head of the NPC immediately changed. First of all, it is red and looks rather creepy, and it seems to me each new NPC is simply incredible, what the developers invented, and we can really create the cyborg cake. Write in the comments. Please, did you know about this? Do not forget to send your comments so that I insert them into the next video. Well, and on this, my video comes to an end. Thank you all for watching. Good luck to everyone. Bye to everyone, and remember, my friend, as always, we will see each other in the coming days.